Good morning. This is Flora Sage. How are you? So, it's the end of my birthday week. My birthday was Monday and I turned 43, which I'm super pumped about. I love my 40s. This literally, it's so good. If somebody would have told me 20 years ago I would have more fun in my 40s than I did in my 20s, I never, ever would have believed him. But just saying, super glad to be 43. So anywho, yeah, I just wanted to pop in here and just kind of chit chat a little bit. So let me see. Okay, first thing, my birthday week, there was a special going on. It's still going on until midnight. If you want to join the Mastermind Mafia, you can click the link below. You will join at the full price, and then with that, you get a bonus of the Millionaire Mindset Mastery Program, which is a $497 value, and it's an ongoing training for millionaires and future millionaires, which is really exciting. Our next training is November 8th, and it is Millionaire Sales Secrets, which is really exciting. Good morning, Kimberly. Yay. Yeah, so, and also tomorrow morning, I'm going to draw out of a hat all the names of the people inside the Mastermind Mafia, and one person is going to win VIP Unlimited Immersion Coaching with me, which is my highest package. It's fabulous. It's $2,200 value for 1 month. If you want to be part of that particular drawing, you have to be a member of the Mastermind Mafia. So click the link below in the comments to join. I'm so excited. Okay, so what other randomness? So today I've got just errands that I'm running. Yeah, and I just wanted to, say that I love all of you guys. I mean, my life and my business and everything has really evolved. I mean, I started my business in '97, brought my business online in 2009, changed the name of my business from Home CEO to Flora Sage Therapies LLC and Flora Sage International in 2010. And many of you have been with me since 2009. So you've been with me for a very long time. And you've seen how I've morphed and changed and ebbed and flowed and, and it's been interesting with the reactions from people that have followed me over the years. But I wanted to kind of share with you, every single year that we're on this planet is a blessing. It truly is. My mom died when I was 12. She was 50. And the other day, I actually drove on the hill for the first time ever. I drove on the hill that she died on. And us as a family never went out there. Because like how, well, here in the United States, whenever someone dies in a car accident, not all the time, but sometimes, people will put like a cross or a like memorial thing or whatever on the place where they died or on the side of the road where they died. Our family never did that. Like, we never even went out to see where it was. I mean, we all knew where it was because they told us, but we never actually drove out there. And so last week Friday, actually, was it last week Friday or the week before? I don't know, a few weeks ago, whatever. I was meeting, I think it was actually last Friday, I was meeting some people at a neighboring town, and it was about 45 minutes away, and I was in the cities before that, and so I kind of drove like the roundabout way, but in order for me to get home, I had to go on that road, and I was a little apprehensive because I saw the name of the town, which was right before, or right after, depending on which direction you're going, after the hill that was the hill that my mom died on. And she died October 22nd in 1987. I was 12. And she was going to this Pax Christi Awards banquet for the Catholic Church. And it was very interesting. And apparently what had happened was her car hit black ice at the top of the hill, or because it's kind of this long winding hill that just kind of goes down gradually over like a mile. And apparently her car hit black ice and started to spin out of control, and there was a semi that was coming up the hill and saw that, okay, she's kind of careening down, and he tried to get out of the way. He ended up jackknifing, which is like when the cab kind of goes, what is that, at like a 45-degree angle or 90-degree angle? I don't know. I was never good at geometry. Anyway, it was basically at like this type of angle, and he couldn't move, and she actually, like, her car slid right underneath his, like, the long bed of his truck. So, and she died instantly. And, you know, that was something that that was the start of my psychic abilities. I knew, for those of you who know my story, know that I had the prophetic insight of my mom's death. And so to go visit the place and drive past the place where she had passed away, it was very interesting. And I allowed myself to just notice the energy. I allowed myself to just notice my emotions and how I was feeling, my thoughts and all that stuff as I drove through that space. You know, and I had known about a week before that I was going to go to this space or to that town, and I knew that I was going to be driving past it either there or back. So, and I don't want to say that I was fearful of doing it. I was a little apprehensive because, you know, that was a big milestone in my life and in my family's life. And milestones are interesting because sometimes they can break us and sometimes they can make us. But, you know, one of my favorite quotes is by Henry Ford. Sorry, I didn't think the sun was going to be so in my face today. But one of my favorite quotes is by Henry Ford, and it states, "Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right," which is so profound and so powerful. And so over the years, I've often thought about, you know, what would my life have been like if my mom were still alive? And I'm grateful that my life is the way that it is, you know. And so really allow yourself today to think about and reflect on you and your milestones and where you're at right now in your life. And there, you know, cliche things are cliche for a reason. They truly are. Because it's true. And that old cliche of that life is truly about the journey, it's not about the destination, it's so true because there really is no destination in our lives. I'm going to move my chair back if I can. There really is no destination in our lives. It really is, you know, the only destination is the ones that we have in our mind. Like, I want to, you know, lose 50 pounds, or I want to write a book, or I want to have kids, or I want to do that, or whatever. And those are like little mini goals that we set along the way, but they're not an actual destination. It's a milestone in a road of our life that, you know, is as beautiful or as treacherous as we make it. And so allow yourself today to really look at, you know, what kind of life am I creating for myself? What kind of situations am I putting myself in that either make or break me? How is my mindset in all of this? You know, and like I said, you know, I just turned 43 on Monday, and something I hear all the time is, "Oh my God, you don't look 43." And I'm like, I don't feel 43. Like, I feel as good as I did, actually better than I did when I was in my 20s. And it truly is the mindset. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced. Plus, I've worked very diligently on who I have in my life. I no longer put up with bullshit. I no longer put up with drama. I no longer tolerate assholes in my life. I no longer tolerate people crossing boundaries that doesn't feel, I'm like, I don't appreciate you doing that, or I don't want you to do that, or whatever. I mean, I tell people when they've crossed a boundary, and that's something that in my 20s I didn't do that. You know, in my 20s, I let people walk all over me. And I just thought I was being nice. I was self-sacrificing because that's what I learned to do. I learned to just smile and suck it up. And now, it's now it's one of those things that when you can actually put up your boundaries and put up a set of standards for your life that feel good, and you say, I like a clutter-free home, and so that's one of the things that you do is you keep your home clutter-free. I like people who are honest with me. I like being with people who lift me up, and I, in turn, lift them up as well. And I don't tolerate this type of behavior. Therefore, you're not going to do that type of behavior either. This is not about double standards or a tit for tat. It's truly about figuring out who you really want to be and show up as that person. And, think about the most successful people in life. And think about, well, of course, success is different for each person, but really give yourself permission to just say, you know what? Who do I really want to be? If I were my friend, would I want to hang out with me? And start to be that person that you can be. Start to be that person that is going to create the life that you really want, really. And when you can start to be that person and you can start to show up as that person every single day, what happens is your life becomes this magnificent journey that you're just like, holy hell, this is absolutely incredible. Like, I didn't know life could get this good. Growing up in the Catholic Church, we heard, don't be bad or you're going to go to hell. And if you be good and you do all these things, you're going to go to heaven. And many times my friends and I would have conversations about if we really believed in heaven and hell. And I believe now, and I believe this for a very long time, that heaven and hell is on earth. It is what we make it. We can have a piss poor attitude and focus on the negative and focus on the bullshit and focus on the drama and literally have a life of hell, like just a living hell. Or we can focus on the positive. We can focus on, as actually, like one of my clients calls it, visioneering our future. And when you can create that vision of what you want, and you create that vision of who you want to be, and then you step up and start to act like it, you start to be that person, you start to do those things that you really want to do instead of waiting and wishing and wanting and waiting for the right time. Well, the right time is right now. That's it, And so when you allow yourself to just say, what type of life do I really want? Like when I was in my 20s, I thought about what life would be like when I was in my 40s every once in a while. It's totally different and so much better than I imagined. Like, oh my gosh, you have no idea. And so that's the thing, is that really give yourself permission to live and live the way that you want to live. Live the way that feels good for you. Of course, that's within the law and that's, honoring free will. But, I think about my mom, and like I said, she was 50 when she passed away, and there was a lot that she didn't like. She was a very negative person. She was a realist, a little bit on the pessimistic side. But yeah, she was always in my 12-year-old self. She always looked like she was in a bad mood. She always was complaining about stuff. She was very judgmental. And she just didn't seem to really enjoy life. I mean, there were certain things that she did enjoy. She loved singing. She loved acting. She loved volunteering. And that literally was her life. She was part of so many organizations and so many things. And she was constantly busy. And I don't know if she kept herself busy because she was unhappy, or she was unhappy because she was so busy. I don't know. But I do know that she just always seemed to just be chasing happiness. And the thing is that we can't chase happiness. It's not a destination. It's truly part of us. It's within us. And when you can give yourself permission to go within and go to your heart space and say, what do I really want? And, you know, do I realize that I'm the only one that can give this to me? That I'm the only one that can actually go get it? And when you realize that, when you realize that you're the only one that can make you happy, and that you're the only one that can truly create that in your life, the whole thing changes. I mean, game over. The old game, the old life, that's done. Because what happens is when you realize you're in control and you realize that you truly can have whatever you want more money? Get another job, hustle more, work more. I mean, that's just the thing. I see so many people saying, oh, I want more money. And then they sit there on their ass and they don't do anything. And they binge watch Netflix. And it's like, you want more money? Do something. Do something of value. Sell something. Sell something for somebody else. You know, provide a service. Do something. Make more money by doing something. That's it. I mean, you want to make more money? Get a job. Do something. Get another job. You know, you want to be happier? Make a list of shit that makes you happy and then do that. Really, you know. But all of this boils down to that quote that I shared with you earlier. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. You know, so in my 43rd year, now that I'm going through my 43rd year, I really recommend that all of you just stop for just a moment today and really give yourself permission to say, do I like my life? Do I love my life? Is it as kick-ass as I thought it was going to be? If not, ask yourself, what are you tolerating? What are you just putting up with? And like I said, I have never been happier and I have not felt this good in forever. Like, this is the best that I've felt in my entire life. Simply because I have set a set of standards for myself and no longer tolerate bullshit. You know, if someone has crossed a boundary, I tell them. And I'm like, I don't appreciate that you just said that. Or, no, that's a poor assumption, and that's not my reality. That's not my truth. You know, if they're being passive-aggressive to me, I'm like, you know, that sounded a little passive-aggressive. Is that how you meant it? And sometimes they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, you know what? You got something to say? Say it, because I'm not going to read your mind. And the thing that just is really funny, because I do psychic work, as I think all of you know, the biggest cop-out I've ever heard is, well, you're psychic, you should know what I'm thinking. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's unethical to read people without their permission. But, you know, again, it's because that person just didn't want to say anything. And so you've got to be your own advocate. You have to be your own champion. And if you want a life that kicks ass, if you want a life that really matters, go get it. Go and get it. You need to go and say for yourself, I'm worth it. And I deserve this because I'm willing to work for it. If you're not willing to work for the life, well, first of all, if you're not willing to dream and vision a life that you really want, and you're not willing to hustle and go get it, then, you know, I hate to say this or not, but then you deserve the life that you have. But if you're willing to create a dream and a vision and say, yeah, you know what? This is what I want, and this is what I'm going after, and by God, I'm going to get it, you know? And then go get it. What you're in for is the best time of your life and the most happiest time of your life. And that, my friends, is a beautiful thing. So don't wait until it's too late, because you're never going to get any younger. I'm just telling you now. Time is the only thing we cannot get back. That's true. I mean, there's everything else. If you lose money, you can always make more, okay? But that is the only thing that we cannot get back is time. So don't waste any more time. This is your life. This is your life. Figure out what kind of life you want and start living it. That's it. Just start living it. Start saying, you know what? Nobody's gonna do this for me. Nobody's gonna come rescue me. And I really want you to hear that. Nobody's gonna come rescue you. If you want some shit, you need to do it. You need to do it. You need to take charge, and you need to actually say, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Yes. So, all right. So let's see who we have here. Hi, Kimberly. Yay. Hi, Annette. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Happy birthday and love and light from Norway. I love it. I love it. Hi, Marita. Hey, hey. Hi, Vicus. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will accept your birthday wishes. Yay. Monalicia. Ooh, cool name. I love it. Thank you, Marita. That's awesome. Yay. I love it. That's cute. Hi, Kathy. Thank you so much. Hi, Shannon. Yes. Shannon says, you're going to love 43. Yeah, I already am loving it. It's freaking amazing. Kathy, do I do readings? Yes, I do readings. If you're not on my email list, then you need to, I'll put a second link below. As I mentioned at the very beginning, if you want to join the Mastermind Mafia, click link number 1 below in the comments to be part of the birthday special. If you do want to check out my website and also sign up for a reading, go ahead and click link number 2 below. You can go to my website, and I have appointments available. I love it. All right, Shannon says, when is the drawing? The drawing is Saturday morning, bright and early. I have a fundraising event that I'm going to Saturday. I need to be there, I think, at 8:30? I can't remember. I need to be there pretty early, so I'm going to do the drawing very early in the morning, probably like 7 or so. So if you want the chance to win VIP unlimited immersion coaching with me, which is my top package of coaching, it's a $2,200 value. I was going to say swipe up. I've been on Instagram a bunch this morning. If you're not following me on Instagram, you have to follow me on Instagram because, yeah, there's all kinds of shenanigans that goes on in my Insta stories. Just saying. So I've got all these reminders popping up. So anyway, so yes, if you want to connect with me, go to my Facebook, or not my Facebook page, go to my website. If you want to join the Mastermind Mafia, click the link below. And I love you all, and I hope that this made a little bit of a positive impact in your day today. All right, I love you all, and I will see you back here tomorrow morning to do the drawing. Yay!